same old strip. I gotta find a new place where the kids are hip. Bad guys know us and they leave us alone. I get around, round, 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 I get around. Get around, round, round, I get around. Get around, round, round, I get around. Get around, round, round, I get around. I get around, get around, round, round.
And welcome back to the NASCAR Subway Cup Series. I'm Bun Motorsports, and we're right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the second week in a row. But this time we're going road course racing for the first time in season number 5. And we have a bunch of great road racers here in this field. We got 37 race cars ready to take the Charlotte Roval for the first time ever in the NASCAR Subway Cup Series. And what a course this is. You start on the start-finish line where you normally start, and then you take a hard turn into the DeWalt turn, and turn number 1 there. And then you go through the infield section, then you go through the tight hairpin, and then you go back on a NASCAR oval number 1, on 2, and on the back straightaway to a big, deep braking zone into the chicane. And then you come back onto the oval and go into another little chicane to finish out a lap. And we got lots of road course ringers around here, and one of them making their first start this season is AJ Allmendinger for Colleague Racing in the number 13 Gain Chevrolet, and he's got pole position. And with this pole, he is also locked into the Busch Clash in season number 6. So he will have a mighty fast car today. And then Shane Van Gisbergen, he's always a threat on the road courses, and this is his first start on a NASCAR Subway road course. And then back in the 6th starting position is Connor Zilic, a young hotshot rookie. This is his second career start. His first one came 1 week ago on the oval here, but he's looking to make his way up and trying to get his first career win. And then here's Carson Hocevar from 16th starting position. He won last week on the oval. Now it's his first ever career win, and he is 11th in points, and he's -4 below the cut line. And then we go back to these 3. All 3 of them are above the cut line, and they all crashed in qualifying. And one of the biggest ones is Brad Keselowski. He needed to have a good weekend to try and leap himself in front of that playoff cut line. But with this starting position, this will put him back behind. So we'll see what happened here. We'll start with the 6 of Brad Keselowski in the infield section. Just loses the rear of the car and hits the inside wall. Then Kyle Busch locks up in the chicane. Denny Hamlin, starting his lap, just loses it in turn number 1 and hits the DeWalt wall. And that's how those 3 cars are not are in the back. So then all 3 drivers are in playoff contention, and playoffs start in 5 races. So what a way it's going to be for them. So here's your starting lineup. Row number 1 is AJ Allmendinger and Shane Van Gisbergen. Row number 2 is Tyler Reddick and Ty Gibbs. And then row number 3 is Michael McDowell, a road course ringer, and Connor Zilic. Look out for him today. And then row 4 is Kyle Larson and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Great qualifying effort from him. And in row 5 is Christopher Bell, season 3 champion. Only 1 career win though, and Chris Buescher. And then in row 6 is Chase Elliott, season 1 champion, and Ross Chastain. Row number 7 is Chase Briscoe and Josh Berry. Good qualifying effort from him. Row 8, Riley Herbst and Ryan Preece. He's been pretty good on the road courses. Row number 9, your last week's winner, Carson Hocevar, in the 22 with Joey Logano. Row number 10, Austin Cindric and Bubba Wallace. So the rest of the starting lineup will go past your screen there. See Justin Haley and Zane Smith, and Todd Gilliland and John Hernivacek. And then there's the Dillon brothers in row 14. Spencer Boyd, not the greatest road racer, but he will be back there. And then there's everyone else: Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin. So as the cars roll off for today's race, it's going to be 12 laps of racing around this Charlotte Roval. 36 race cars in the first road course of the season. And AJ Allmendinger, he is going to be on pole position. And this is the Bank of America Roval 400. So let's go racing. We're road racing in season 5. AJ Allmendinger gets a great start going through the hairpin now. Shane Van Gisbergen gets in second place there, battling behind. Oh, trouble! Teammates made contact. Chase Elliott hits the wall. I wonder how much damage he's got. But it's AJ Allmendinger into the front straightaway chicane. He leads the first lap. Shane Van Gisbergen, and he's right there though. SVG looking for the lead on his teammate. Around the outside, he is going to be there. Coming into the hairpin now. And looks like he's going to get the run off the corner. Shane Van Gisbergen to the lead. Down the back straightaway now into the chicane. AJ Allmendinger trying to get back that race lead, and he does. Coming into turn 15, 16, and 17 for the front straightaway chicane. AJ Allmendinger leads another lap. And now he sets a little distance between him and SVG. And you know SVG wants to win. He's last in points coming into today. And he wants to win. Now going through turn 7, that is. That hairpin on the back straightaway now. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on Connor Zilic. Stenhouse is making good ground on that young kid right there. No trouble. Chase Elliott. He's in the wall. He got contact on lap number 1 with his teammate. Now he got put into the tire barriers there. And he's going to get it back going there. We'll have to see what happens there. On to lap 4 now. SVG trying to take the lead away from AJ Allmendinger. And he does for a split second now. As here comes, contact between the two. Here they come through turns 5 and 6. Now 7 is the hairpin. SVG locks up. Here comes Ty Gibbs trying to get past. Now Ty Gibbs on the back straightaway now. SVG blocking now. Here they come into the hairpin now. Oh, there's contact. Ty Gibbs around. Ty Gibbs has to stop, get back going now. And he's going to blend right in with Connor Zilic there. But SVG spins out Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs going for a second now. And he got spun out by SVG. And there he is, putting some distance on SVG's Allmendinger now. As he goes for turn 6 and 7 there, the hairpin there. And Tyler Reddick, he gets that podium spot now. And it's still AJ Allmendinger who leads on the back straightaway now. As here they come. Oh, caution is out. And Daniel Suarez hard into the wall with Austin Dillon and Eric Jones. And that's probably going to be a red flag. Yeah, there it is. As the track is blocked. And what a amazing hit that was from Daniel Suarez. Let's see what happened here. Looks like he's trying to get past Brad Keselowski. And boom! Into the wall turn there. And yeah, just what a hit from him. And Daniel Suarez collects Austin Dillon and Eric Jones as well. Eric Jones hit that wall right there as well. As here, yeah, just trying to get past. Oh man, big hits there for everyone. Ty Dillon and Noah Gregson stopping in the back there. But yeah, Daniel Suarez trying to get past Brad Keselowski. Keselowski trying to make his way up through the field after starting third to last. And then Suarez blocks up. And a big hit for Eric Jones, who hits the butt end of that wall there. And Austin Dillon just piles in like he usually does. And Daniel Suarez, not having the greatest season, was just told last week that he will not be coming back to Trackhouse next season. So we'll have to see what happens there. And here's a replay with Chase Elliott. Oh, he gets spun out by Josh Berry there. Maybe Chase Elliott was coming down and trying to take the place. Maybe that's what it is. Right in front of him is Carson Hocevar. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And back on his race car, gets into tire barriers and takes out some perfectly good signs there. And then we'll see on the back straightaway what happened here. SVG trying to get an amazing move and then just spins Ty Gibbs out right there. And SVG gets to the outside of him. And that was a great move there, but obviously carried too much speed over the curbing and hits Ty Gibbs, and around he goes. So I'm sure Ty Gibbs is not too happy with that. But we've got 3 cars out of the race now, down to 33 cars remain. And still, AJ Allmendinger, your pole sitter, leading us back to the green. Here we go. AJ Allmendinger, he gets away with the lead. Tyler Reddick now for a second. Here comes SVG trying to get around him. He does this crossover, and he's going to get that second position on Tyler Reddick through turn 7. Here he comes. Tyler Reddick takes back second position now, as here they come down the back straightaway. He's going to try to do the same thing. He's not going to spin Reddick out, though, as here they come off of turn 14 into the front straightaway. It's still AJ Allmendinger who's lead. I think he's led every lap so far. As Tyler Reddick still in second. And amazing from him, trying to get the lead away from the Dinger. Here they come. Here, SVG makes a move. And what a power move from SVG. He wants more, though. Here he comes. That is more. SVG trying to take the lead away from AJ Allmendinger. And he does on the back straightaway. Making sure he doesn't make a move. No, trouble behind. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just takes out Tyler Reddick there. He has to stop in the background there. Connor Zilic trying to take away the third position now. Here they come. Oh, Zilic misses the corner. He's going to have to stop on the front straightaway. More trouble behind. Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney. two best friends get taken out here on the back straightaway. Caution is out again, and so much drama here with Reddick getting pushed off, Zillich going off, and now Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney crashed now, and Todd Gilliland looks like he had something to do with it. And wow, it just looks like Todd Gilliland tried to make a move on Chase Elliott and misjudged the gap a lot there, and right rears Chase Elliott into the outside wall, collecting his buddy Ryan Blaney. Yeah, you see Todd Gilliland trying to make a move on him, but in doing that, he clips the 9, and that sends him into the 12, and around they go. So it looks like some toe link issues for the 9 car, and that's going to be unfortunate for him. Race 3 winner of the season. It gets clipped in the rear by Todd Gilliland, and yeah, we'll have to see if Todd Gilliland actually wrecked him or just try to miss the gap. But we do have footage of what it could be. It looks like Chase Elliott just gives him a nudge, and this was the lap before. Yeah, it just gives him a little nudge right there, and you know that could have all been it to send Todd Gilliland. Yeah, so we are gonna restart here with just 2 more laps to go around the Roval. It's SVG leading us to the green. We're back racing. SVG leads them. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to get second place. Trouble in the back. Ross Chastain, Connor Zillich pile up in the DeWalt turn. And it's a roadblock from there. They pile up in the first turn, and we were wondering when this was going to happen. Red flag is out for the second time today. And let's take a look and see what happened here. Good start from SVG. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets second place. And then looks like, oh, Connor Zillich maybe gets tapped in the rear from Kyle Larson. And that sends him hard into the DeWalt turn there. Yeah, we'll look at it further here. Looks like Kyle Larson just gets in the back of him. Sends him hard into the DeWalt wall there. And collects Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, and Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe having a good run here. And he was not in a good point situation. And it goes all to waste at this time. Rookie Connor Zillich, he was battling with Stenhouse for a podium spot. But he got pushed out of the way, and then on the restart gets wrecked by Kyle Larson. I'm probably sure Kyle Larson did not do that on purpose. But it's overtime at the Roval. Here we go. SVG and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. lead us to green. Stenhouse gets in the back of SVG. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. takes the lead at the Roval. Look at what we're witnessing right now. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in turn 5. Oh, never mind. Blows the corner. Here comes SVG back to the race lead. On the back straightaway, it's SVG who leads. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's on the inside somehow. Contact between them. And Stenhouse Jr., he's going to take back the race lead at the Roval. Coming through the front chicane. White flag. 1 lap to go for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to get his first ever win. And you would think it'd be coming on a super speedway. But no. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. through turn 5. Oh, trouble behind. AJ Allmendinger slams the inside wall. No caution. On the back straightaway for the final time, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming through the chicane. SVG locks up. That's all Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to need. Through turn 14, coming on the front straightaway. Oh no, he's got a problem. He spins out, and SVG comes through and wins. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets across the line. But what in the world just happened? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. crashes on the front straightaway chicane and just gives the win to SVG. SVG, your first career win in the NASCAR Subway Cup Series, and it comes in dramatic fashion at the Roval. Incredible restart for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., bumping SVG out of the way and getting a taste of what it's like to lead on a road course. Then he locks up in the hairpin and then just gives the lead back to SVG, and I thought SVG was going to pull away, but then Stenhouse gets the run and then knocks him out of the way like he did to Tyler Reddick earlier in this race, and then he goes through the front chicane on the final lap, and then wheel hops, and then just misses the corner, and then stops right before the finish line. Luckily, he backs the car up into a third place, finishing result. But I mean, just bizarre. He only had 2 more corners to go, and he just gives the win to SVG though. And what a race for SVG! First career win in the NASCAR Subway Cup Series. And SVG has got to feel like that win was just handed to him. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got his elbows out and flat out beat Shane Van Gisbergen. And Shane Van Gisbergen gets it back with Stenhouse's not surprising mistake. That's usually what Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is mostly known for. But what heartbreaking it was for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who should have won this race, but pulls a Stenhouse move and wrecks on the front straightaway chicane, reminiscent to Jimmy Johnson back in 2018. And yeah, AJ Allmendinger, dominant car of the day. Justin Haley, he gets the top 5. How about Ryan Preece, Josh Berry, and Riley Herbst all in the top 10? And Carson Hocevar, last week's winner, finishes in 11th. Todd Gilliland in 15th. He'll be being looked at by the race control. Connor Nemechek and Zane Smith get top 20s. And Spencer Boyd up there as well. Ryan Blaney recovering from that accident. With Chase Elliott finishes 22nd. Brad Keselowski and Ty Dillon up there as well. And you see Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson. They need to be getting the good results to get up in that top 8 in points. And you see Kyle Larson in 20th, 28 points behind though. And just above him is Spencer Boyd. But Tyler Reddick takes over the points lead with William Byron just 1 point behind him. Kyle Busch loses the race lead. The points lead, sorry. Chase Elliott falls down to 6th. Carson Hocevar gets in that top 8. And Brad Keselowski falling further behind now. And also Denny Hamlin falling out of the top 8. And Ryan Blaney making his way up there as well. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. still with that 3rd place. Whatever you want to call it there. He gets all the way up to 13th in points. And you see some of these guys in the back. Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, and now Chase Briscoe. They're all down in the 20s. And Briscoe being beat by Shane Van Gisbergen, who was last in points coming into today's race. And Daniel Suarez not looking so good for him. And yeah, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe need to be putting in the results if they want to be in the postseason. But yeah, so the next race we are going to be heading to is Texas Motor Speedway. The last time we were there was season 1 where Chris Buescher got it done. And Chase Elliott was crowned your first ever NASCAR Subway Cup Series champion. Back then it was called the Reese's Cup Series, but now it's called the Subway Cup Series. And we'll see you guys at Big Texas. So see ya.